We're now going to look at synovial joints specifically. So a synovial joint we have in our freely movable joints. So we've got 6 types of these. We have, I'm looking at my shoulder to remind me, that's the ball and socket joint. So that's our first one, ball and socket. And a ball and socket, I started with this one because this has the biggest range of movement or range of motion. Now if we think about our hips, which are also ball and sockets, and our shoulders, we can flex, extend, abduct, adduct, rotate, circumduct. So we can do loads and loads of movement. That being said, it means they have the most potential for injury too. So anything that's got a big range, increased range means increased risk of injury, unfortunately. Now we have hinge joints. So these are very, very different really to a ball and socket because they have quite a limited range of movement. So if we look at the elbows and the knees, all we can do is flex and extend. And that's what a hinge joint does. It just flexes and extends. And then we've also got a pivot joint. Now your pivot joint can be found in the neck where you have the atlas and the axis bones, and they allow rotation. So if I look both ways when I'm crossing the road, then I'm using my pivot joint in my neck. We've also got the saddle joint. And the saddle joint is found in the thumb. If you look at your thumb, you can actually get quite a lot of range of movement. You know, you can circumduct it, flex it, extend it, abduct it, adduct it. But one thing you can't do, well I can't do, I've tried, is you can't rotate it. Unless you have thumb screws like they did back in the day. So a saddle joint does everything that a ball and socket joint does, but without the rotation. And we've also got gliding joints. Gliding joints are found in your carpals and your tarsals, so in the wrists and the ankles. And with gliding joints, you basically have smooth surfaces that just kind of glide over each other. And you know the effect of that is when you do get a lot of range. You know, you get nice freely movable joints in the ankles and the wrists. And then last of all, we have a condyloid. Sometimes known as a ellipsoid as well, ellipsoid joint. So confusing, all these names, and I have to give it another name. That was confusing, and they've just given it another confusing name. But they're found between the carpals and then where the radius and the ulna meet the carpals. And it's generally where you get like a concave surface over the top of a convex surface, so they just kind of slot on top of each other.